Hi, everybody. Hello, welcome. Come on in, come on in, come on in. It's your friend Zelda. And I hope, let me fix that there so it's not glaring as much. How are you? I'm so happy that you are here. I am just so happy. I'm going to send all of you a little hello there. So, what's new? What's going on? How are things going? I'm just thrilled. Say hello to me. Uh, all that other good jazz. So, hi there. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for coming here. I've missed all of you, terribly missed you. And that's what I want to talk to you about. Because then, if you stay to the end, well, we may do a little reading. How's that? So, stay to the end. So, I want to talk to you today because I think some of you may have noticed that I'm not participating on that other social media site like I was. And welcome, hello, come on in. And I'll tell you why. I have not been able to comment. I can post now. At first, I wasn't even able to post. And that just threw me completely out of the algorithm. And then, let me get this here. Hello. Talking in the thin air. Hopefully, you can hear me. Okay, so I was not able to do anything for about 2 weeks, week and a half, 10 days, something like that. And then I was able to post. Well, the reason being that I've not been able to comment is because someone else made a post and tagged me in it and basically said, "Can you please tell me why so many people are turning to psychics and witches and tarot readers and card readers and alchemists and this and that and the other thing when they need to know all they have to do is turn to God?" Now, I think that's a good question because I'm going to say, hi there, hello, hello. I think it's a good question. Why? Well, first of all, that's why God doesn't like psychics and all this other stuff most of the time. Now, I don't like the word psychic. I'm more empathic and I'm a reader, but that's another show for another time. So I basically said on this post, well, since I was tagged in it, I thought, well, I just may as well go ahead and comment. So I said, well, maybe if the church leaders would do their homework and read the manuscripts, read and study, because the word says we are supposed to study to show ourselves approved. I said many people, many of the church leaders are told what to do by the people and the higher up at the higher levels up. They're told what sermons, they're told what to say, they're told what to do. Now, how do I know this? Hi, Tamika. Hi, Sarah. Hi, saying this about that. Hello. So why do I know all that is true? Well, first of all, my grandfather, many of you may not know this, that my grandfather that was married to Zelda was a Methodist minister. And his church and the congregation, now this was way back, way back, way back, basically told my grandfather, don't teach anything about dying and don't say anything about hell and don't say anything about that because it scares the old people. So Grandpa couldn't teach the word. Now, that's another show because I can tell you all about all that stuff to begin with. But back to the comment. So I said, if leaders would know what they're talking about, maybe they wouldn't need us. Maybe they wouldn't turn to us. Maybe they would talk to pastors. And I can tell you, raise your hand there. I know many of you that are watching, raise your hand. Sorry, I got to take a drink. Many of you who may have been over your lifetime. I know that I did when I was a young girl. Didn't know where to turn and turned to the local minister. And I showed up after church one day, and you know what he said? I met him in the office, and you know what he said? You know, looking at his watch, my wife's got Sunday dinner on. I'm sorry, I just can't talk with you right now. So that's why. So I put that in the comment. Now, that was a condensed version of all that. I put that in the comment and said, maybe if those leaders would teach the truth, people wouldn't come to us anymore. I said, in fact, here is an invitation, an open invitation. Put me out of business. Open up to people. Talk to them like they're real people and not like they're just somebody who donates on Sunday. Talk to them. Well, that other platform didn't like my comment. Somebody didn't like my comment. And they basically said that it was a racist comment and went against their community guidelines. How do you like that? I could not even dispute it. I wrote a little thing. I wrote this. I wrote that. And then things started happening. They would go through all my reels from 2 years ago. Oh, you can't show this. You can't do that. You can't do this. Even today, there were 2 that I had to have removed. So yeah. So that's what's been going on. Now, as you know, I can post. That's why you're here, and welcome to everyone. So I can post, but I still cannot comment. So I just wanted to come on live, tell you, hello, I'm here. Welcome. I'm happy to see you. I'm comfortable tonight. I hope you all are too. I've just been making videos and having a good day and preparing for fall, you all. And man, we are in the last leg of September, going into the mid-September. Now, there's going to be a little something I want to share with you. First of all, Mercury retrograde is over on Friday. Woohoo! Yes, 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 ma'am. It is over on Friday. Tomorrow, September 14th, is a new moon in Virgo. So, what does that mean? A new moon in Virgo is a moon where it tells you it's fine. Now you're grounded. Be a little stubborn. Take care of yourself. Don't get distracted. Do something for you, even if it's little things. Do something for you. Make sure you take care of yourself. Make sure you eat right. That's Virgo. That's that grounded, earthy energy that Virgo, let me be logical. Yeah, right? Yes. Let me be logical. Let me be logical. And that's the way we're supposed to be. Now, the one thing going out of Mercury retrograde, I want to share with all of you, and that is this is a good time now to really manifest. If you're trying to manifest and bring something in during Mercury retrograde is always a good time. Why? It seems like it'd be going backwards, but not no. It's because it makes you slow down. It makes you think of things. It makes you slow the process. It makes you slow how things are coming about. Just slow and steady wins the race. Now, I'm going to tell you on tomorrow because this whole week, I got to tell you, and usually a few days before Mercury is over, it's like you're drunk punched. It's like Mercury's up there going, hello, just give me one more opportunity to mess things up. Hello, hello. And just to give you a little idea, yesterday was a full on, just weird day. My dryer went out, replaced the dryer. They tried the washer, and the washer went out. So I got a brand new washer and dryer. So I made lemons out of that Mercury lemonade. But just little things like that. Delays in communication, delays in this. So now, as we come out of this, so starting tomorrow, my friends, as we come out of this and we go into Friday, the 15th, where it is the last day of the retrograde, and it's going to be a little shadow period afterward, but I don't think it's going to be as bad. I want you to really think about what you're manifesting coming out of this phase, because this is going to just coming into this Virgo tomorrow and then coming out of the Mercury retrograde and preparing to go into Libra, which is the fall equinox on the 21st and 22nd, or 22nd, 23rd, right around in those 3 days, I'll say. It's going to just shoot us like a cannon. Boom. Right out. Just right out of the gate. And you want to be prepared, my friends. That means writing it down. Write down, write it down, write it down. I'm going to show you something. You see this huge, great big book? Yes. I got this from the Dollar Tree, the $5 second. I got 2 of these big books and I got 2 smaller ones. And believe me, I fill these up. And look at this where it says, it may be backwards, pardon me, but it says, do what you love. You write it down. Take the time. It's important. Write it down. Why? Because when you read that, the last thing before you go to bed, that's the last thing on your mind. And that starts imprinting on your subconscious. That's a good thing. So I just wanted to let you know and share those little tidbits, because now as we prepare to go into the fall, can you believe it? Gosh, I don't even want to say that. The fall, hello? Right? Where has this? Oh my. I got to share this. I know I go off track because if you were here and we were having a conversation, I would obviously slow down and allow you to talk. But I can't have dead air. So, one thing they say, as you get older, time passes by quicker. Well, the reason why it seems that way is because the older that we get, the more experienced in life we are. That makes sense, doesn't it? So now we're coming to the fall equinox. And this fall equinox means that I'm going to wave to everybody again because I want to thank you all for being here. The fall equinox means that this coming into Libra, you see, Libra is a sign who thinks about others. Virgo is the sign where we think we're supposed to be thinking of ourselves. So you think about that. Also, Libra is the scales of justice. It also covers any legal things that are about to come about and so forth. And I know that you all are watching the news and there's a lot of legal stuff going on worldwide. And this will be a time coming out of September and into October. And I think September, the last 2 weeks are going to be pretty eventful. And going into October And before the end of the month in October will be very eventful. So keep your little eyes peeled. There's going to be some things coming about. And I'm going to tell you, 2024 is going to be like a world we've never, ever seen before. I don't think bad, but I think a lot of truth is going to start coming out for us. So prepare mentally and physically. But I want you to know something. You create your own environment and you create your own economy. Those are things that you should think about. Creating your own environment and creating your own economy. Don't let outside forces come in and hurt you. Let them out. Build the walls. You keep blinders on. You keep going straight. You keep going forward. And you use your noodle, and you're going to be okay. So, now many of you have asked me about my friend in Virginia, the one that got handcuffed this past Saturday. Let me give you a little bit of the backstory that I didn't do in the video because I didn't want the video to be too long. I have been reading for this woman for decades. She was a client of mine, one of the rare ones. When I first started out on Psychic Lines, she called me on Psychic Friends. And when Psychic Friends ended, we were allowed to keep a lot of our clients as long as they called in. I mean, we didn't have a way of finding them. I mean, back then it was you had to have a landline. What are those dinosaurs, right? So that's how was through Psychic Friends. And this whole time through the years, I have heard from her. Well, she's been dating this gentleman since I met her. Decades. And he was married. And there was always this promise of, I'm going to leave one day, but the timing just is not right. Well, I'm going to leave one day, but this happened, or the dog ate the homework, or the best hunting dog died, or this happened, or my son is getting ready to graduate, and now my daughter is this. And my client just kept hanging on. Since this past February, when I've been reading for her, I have seen the Tower card, the Death card, the bad stuff, the cartomancies of the 10 of spades and the 9 of spades and all the spades that come up coupled with different cards. And I kept telling her, you better be careful. You're not supposed to be with him. You need to walk away. That's not going to happen. You will never be together. You need to be careful. You need to walk away. Oh, but yes, he says he loves me. Words are words. And now, my friends, there ain't never going to be no relationship. He was buried yesterday. And of course, she didn't get to go because she's locked up and they refused her bail. She's there on a capital charge. I think that's what they said. Now, I know the family may watch this now or later, and I'm going to tell you, I've told the family and I told her, and everyone knows. So I'm not talking about her behind her back, and I'm not saying anything I haven't said before. The only reason they are saying that I can do this, normally I wouldn't do this, and I'm not mentioning any names, is because they want other people to start listening. And I'm not going to brag, and I'm not going to say, oh, this, I'm the one, blah, 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 because believe me, sometimes I am wrong. And in this particular case, I wish I was. And because I saw it, I didn't see this extreme because I don't see those things, because that is someone for our maker to decide when all of that is going to happen. But sadly, and welcome to all of those who are watching. If you'd like to comment, you have to subscribe. And thank you so much. That helps me keep all the issues down. Thank you so much. So back to her. So the family wants me to share because I did warn. But you know what happens when you're in love and you're blinded and you just can't see. And that's what happened to her. She was totally convinced. And my question to her was, well, if you were so convinced, why do you keep calling me and asking me if he's going to leave? And these are things that she needed to think about. And we would talk it out. And, over the years, and here's the thing, she had children from a previous marriage. I know those children are freaking out. They just don't even know if they're going to see their mom again. In theory, we don't know. I can see what's going to happen, and I'll tell you more details now as we go further. And Saturday, watch for this video to drop. So as we go further, I will share more information. But going back, because I know a lot of people like to know the details, and I'm going to tell them I got permission to say it. So, okay, so here we go. So, time out just a second. Got to have another drink, my darlings. You know what I was doing before I came on live, and I admit it to you. I was sitting here. Have you ever had these pretzel chips? Now, listen. These are the everything bagel pretzel chips. And my friends, make sure not to sit the bag in front of you. Hear me? Only take a few out because you can gobble them down in a heartbeat. And that's exactly what I was doing right before I went live, and I was making some notes and everything else and getting prepared. But they are salty. Okay, my darlings, back. So I'm going to try to make this long story as short as possible. This happened this past Saturday. So about 10 days ago, the wife started talking to her husband, which was the gentleman friend, boyfriend. They're about, late 50s, early 60s. Gentleman friends. Thank you, my darlings, for the hearts and everything. And I really appreciate you being here. Thank you. And again, for those of you who came in, wait to the end because, all right. So, yeah, it was about 2 weeks ago now. The wife tells the husband, the boyfriend husband, I think we can work this out. Why don't you have her come over? Well, we need to talk about things. We need to talk. And I told her, every warning bell was going off for me. The cards were I couldn't even hold them. I was shuffling. And how sometimes you see on these people's channels where they're shuffling and the cards are just going haywire. That's exactly what was happening to me. I couldn't keep them on the table. I couldn't keep them in my hands. They were falling to the floor, falling all over the place. I had one fly up in the air and behind me. And when that happens, I know that they are trying to get my attention. Somebody up there, beautiful, is trying to get my attention. Every warning bell went off. And I told her, oh God, don't go. Whatever you do, do not go. I see caution tape. And for those of you who ever read with me personally, if I tell you that I see caution tape, you better take that as a warning and you better listen or change the direction in which you're going so I don't see the caution tape anymore. I don't know. It's just always been that thing since I was a very young reader, the caution tape. I can see the yellow and the black. It just caution. The yellow light was coming on. Oh, you don't think it would be okay? No. No, and that's I've gotta tell you, for me, because believe me, I've not dated a married man, and I don't judge, okay? I don't judge. Circumstances lead us to different things, so I'm not judging anybody. But date someone that is free or about to be free or has already separated and you don't have to worry, and because her boyfriend, the husband, was playing as though she was not in the picture. So it had been this game of hiding and not coming around and couldn't go anywhere, couldn't go on a date, couldn't see he would have to sneak over to her house or they would sneak away to the Hamptons or they would do whatever the case may be, it was a big lie. And it was not good. And that was her situation and her circumstances. So no judgments. So I told her, you need to be careful and back away or else. But, Zelda, don't you think that this is the right thing to do? No, the right thing would have been to walk away a long time ago before you got in, because this is a mess, a total mess. And I said, you're going to regret it someday because there's going to be a day you can't turn back. Okay, so fast forward. So they had the time and everything. And so then the husband, the husband slash gentleman friend, for whatever reason, gave my client's telephone number to his wife. Listen, for all of you in here, I know y'all got common sense. I know that you're sitting out there right now going, no, no, don't do that. No. Well, so they got to talking. And it was, I know you're not such a bad person. I know you love my husband. I love him too. I know you are trying your best. He is a family man. Wah, wah, wah. Believe me, it was almost an everyday occurrence for me to talk with this girl, my client. The day came Saturday morning and I was busy. She called me twice and finally she got a hold of me and I said, "What's going on?" She said, "Well, today's the day. We're going to get this worked out." And when I laid out those cards, my friends, hi there, Nicole, my friends, holy Jehoshaphat. No kidding. They were bad. I got I just started with 5 cards. And before I even got finished, I told her, "Oh God, please don't go. Please don't do this to yourself." But I have to. I don't want to break his heart. Don't you think that it would be bad for me if I didn't look at my hair? Don't you think it would be bad for me if I didn't go? Because then I wouldn't be keeping my word. I said, who cares? Who cares? Who cares about this? Who cares about you keeping your word? This is not a good situation. She insisted on going. She went. I talked with her 5 minutes from a jail. I was not her first call, thank God. I didn't want to be. She called her family and then she she got evidently money on her books or got a calling card or however they work it there. And she called her mom, sister, sister. And her sister called me and did a three-way. And I talked with her and did a reading like that. And she told me the rest of the story. So when she got there, things were quiet. The husband's car was in the driveway. The garage door was up, so there was a car that had left. She thought, well, maybe they ran out to get, because under her impression, it was going to be like a cocktail hour where they had snacks and drinks and whatever. Okay. Whatever makes your boat float. So she stood at the garage and she thought, should I go in? Should I not go in? Should I go in? Should I not go in? She goes up to the front door. Now, this is in an affluent neighborhood. It's a big brick home. He's a big shot. She goes up to the front door, and the front door is open about, she said, 6 to 8 inches, whatever that is. So she stands there and says, hello. Hello. No, nothing, silent. The dog was gone. Everybody was gone. She stands there and she thought, well, maybe he's here. Maybe he was in the shower. Maybe this. So she eases the door open, touches the door, eases the door open. And she goes into the foyer. She looks to the right, looks to the left, and she sees his feet and legs on the floor, like he was lying on the floor, and he was in front of the sofa. The back of the sofa was toward the doorway of the, and it was a big, great room. And so she throws down her bag. Drops her bag, races over to him, and he's gone. He's blue. So she's touching him. It's not funny, but so it was, she said within minutes, she heard the sirens. And the police came in, things drawn, looks at her, looks at him, and said, you are under arrest. Now, the question was, who made the phone call? It was the wife who made the phone call. Now, there's some hiccups and some timelines there, and we'll go over that in my next video when I tell you the rest of the story here. There's definitely holes, but there's not enough for her to make bond, and there's not enough for her to be able to do. So she's had to hire a huge attorney. Now, here's the kicker, everyone. They find out through a person who knows a person who knows a person. You know how these things go. You can never keep a secret. That the wife had a boyfriend. And she put 2 and 2 together with her sister and one of the neighbors. And it was one of the neighbors who saw the wife and the boyfriend coming out of the house about 20, 30 minutes before my client got there. And said that they were kind of arm in arm and giggling. Who does that other than a sick mind? So there's some definite things to report. If things go bad, she's going to be in there through the holidays, through to next year, and could even be for another couple of years before they even get to her. I hope not. Um, so her family is in a disarray. Things are not good, and it's just sad. And I'm sad for her. But she didn't listen. So when your Aunt Zelda says, you better listen, dear D'Amica says, so sad, sounds like a movie in Hollywood. Honey, I'm going to tell you what, this whips any Lifetime movie. No, no kidding. This is like bizarre. Pardon me. The truth will come out. I can guarantee you that. But just know that when your Auntie Zelda, your Tante Zelda, that's what they call in German a card reader is a Tante. So it's an aunt, a Kartentante. That's what I am. I'm your card reader aunt. Tells you be careful, caution tape, don't do it, don't go. Please listen. Because the cards don't lie. Cards don't lie. Cards don't lie. I mean, that's just it is. And some people say, but yes, they do. Well, it may seem like they do, but you know what? Sometimes we just change circumstances and situations and where it is free will. That's what we have to think about. This was her free will. She's the one who chose to do this after not listening. And even her sister said, because I read for her sister, even her sister said, holy moly, why didn't she just listen? Love. That's why she didn't listen. Okay, my darlings, now that you know that I'm okay, that I can't comment on that other social platform with the initials FB and has this and, you know, here, where are we? You know, this and this. Just know, everybody, I'm okay. And I'll be there as soon as I can. I still have some really cool things planned for the psychic group on Facebook. Oops, I said it on Facebook. So hang in there with me. But I'll be doing more lives here on streaming here on YouTube. And I'm going to be coming on and a first episode of Secrets Mystery Manor is going to be available very soon. And this year's Mystery Manors, I'm going to be doing live. Or I'm going to record live so I can put in different types of little caveats and maybe even reference pictures and that sort of thing. So, anyway, here we go, my darlings. Look what time it is. So, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull out a card for the rest of this week. And this is just going to be a general. So, if you're watching this while it's live or you're watching this after, we're going to warm things up a little bit. And for the next 20 minutes, here we go. Wait, I'm going to use the tarot first. Pardon me. Thank you, cartomancy. I got the old boy out here. Now, between these two decks, let me explain these decks. I want to show you something. If you want an interesting deck, now I'm not sponsored, but Bicycle, if you want to say hello to me and throw me a few cards, I'll be glad to take them. Bicycle Playing Card Company, the hidden deck. Do you see that? There we go. A little focusing there. This is the absolute coolest cartomancy playing card deck, but cartomancy deck that I've seen in a very long time. You talk about interesting, a very long time. The cards on here, and I haven't been through them all, but some of the royal cards, the face cards, have little hidden messages, secrets. I haven't been through that, but I need to. But if you want a deck and you want to start reading cards, this particular deck It's hidden. This is my mystery deck. So when you see me pull out this deck in future videos or here, you know that I want to get the business. I want to get what's happening. Let's just go. I mean, why mess around, right? We're not here to patsy finger around. We want to be that didn't sound good, but we want to be reading cards, and when we do, that's what it's all about. Okay, so I'm going to do a single chat here. You see me, I'm shuffling. And one question while I'm shuffling that I'm going to answer for you. Someone asked me not long ago, Zelda, because some card readers do this, and it's, hey, I don't see there's a right or wrong. What it matters or what it is what is right for you. You know how you cut the cards and then you do this thing, this sort of thing with each other. They ask me why I don't do that. And the reason why I don't do that is because for me, when I do that, it's called a riffle shuffle. When you ripple or riffle the cards, it throws the energy out of the cards. When I'm shuffling like this, I'm holding on. I've got both hands. Energy is coming from whatever chakra, whatever energy comes through for me for that particular reading is coming right down through my hands. I'm right handed. That's my power hand. And that's exactly where it comes. So we're going to start with the old boy and we're going to pull a card. In general, for those of you who are watching this today, we are coming out of this Mercury retrograde, and I just cut the cards on your behalf. And here we go. Ready? You're going to see it before I do. Yippee! IA. Hello. There you go. This beautiful, watery Ace of Cups. This is a timing card. What does this mean? Let me fix my microphone here. What does this mean? This Ace of Cups means, first of all, information is coming your way that you have been expecting for a long time. Gotcha, Mercury. And that it is going to be so pleasing and beautiful and wonderful for you that it will be your cup is just going to run over. What does that mean? Well, you're just emotionally going to be so grateful and happy and just so excited about what is coming forward for you. That's what this means. Timing card, it can mean a season, but for me, when I pull these out like this, it means a timing for, I'm going to say within the next 5 days from the time that you see this. So if you see this later, the 5 days would be based on when you see this live stream. So that's it. And I'm thrilled for you because, hey, we all need it. Like I said, this little Mercury thing has just really kind of bit us at the ankles. Now, did you hear that? A card flew out. You may or may not have heard this. Look at this one. Look at this. That is the Six of Wands. This card, and yeah, this card is old. This deck is old. That's why sometimes you see these markings and everything else. But the older the cards get, the better readings. And that's why, as a card reader, you got to hold on to them, but you also have to let your card decks rest. This is, pardon me, this is a card that basically says, okay, it's time to move on now. You've accomplished what you're accomplishing. You're winning. You've got support behind you. I don't know if you see this or not, but you see these people here behind. Now, these are wands. Wands are the fire element. The wands basically say there's opportunity knocking. There's growth, opportunity, happiness, great things coming for you. This card meaning that you're winning. Look how proud that person is walking into the next step, riding this beautiful horse, this white horse, this steed, because you've chosen, you see that, you see that wand with the wreath? Because you have chosen the path that you wanted to win on. And the wreath means that there is a never ending circle, that is your wisdom, your understanding, a lot of good things coming out for you. So those first two cards, yippee-yi-yay. You have the Ace of Cups and you have this beautiful Six of Wands. We have a fire element and the Ace is a water element. Let's pull another card. Now, if any of you have a question and you want to ask in the chat, if I can answer it, I'll do that. Thank you. Thank you. And you're more than welcome. So, okay, so here we go. And I'm going to add a little something here for y'all. Let me see. What can I put on there that's cute? I don't know. We'll see. There we are. I'm just going to add a little heart because I appreciate y'all so much. All right. So thank you so much for being here. So here we go, my darlings. Another card. We're going to pull another card and see. Now, I'm starting to get some names. And we'll see what's going on with that. And if I mention a name and that you resonate with that, let me know. Okay. So, oh, and there we go with another card that flies out. Here we are. I like it when that happens because that means there is a message. This is this beautiful, look at this fellow, this emperor energy, emperor energy. This is the sign of Aries in the zodiac sign. I like to call him the King Solomon energy. That's what I like to call him. It's because he rules with his head and his heart. He is kind. There's wisdom. But look, he's not really sitting in a comfortable chair. It looks like cement. But you see why he's in Aries here. You see this going on. Now, look, he's got his robe. Now, first of all, the robe is red. The red robe means he is definitely in a power position. The other thing to see about this is, whoops, look at this. He has made sure that he has held that robe up just a little bit to say, you know, I'm a nice guy, but if I have to stand up and fight, I'll do that too. Metaphorically speaking. He's got his armor on, and you should too. You should always keep your armor on to make sure that you're ready at all times. Don't let anybody tear you down. That's a thing to do. You see, he's got some real wisdom and understanding. He rules with this staff. There's all kinds of good things. And there's even, you know, if you look at this, there's even a little river that is running behind him. What does that mean? That life is flowing on, that life just flows by. And sometimes we have to make the best of it while we're waiting for one change, like the winning card. We've chosen a path and we're waiting for one change and we're going into another. That's the emperor. And I think we should all strive to have this emperor energy. Remember, he's an Aries. If you know of any Aries, it can really resonate with you if you are an Aries. Okay. So with that said, now we're going to go with the hidden deck. No one has asked any questions yet, but that's okay. We're still reading. And these are general. So if you resonate with this, then bless you. There we go. Here we are. All right. Cutting on your behalf. Card off the top. And what is it? Oh, I like this card on the bottom, and I'm going to show it to you. This 10 of clubs. This is a lump sum of money card and can also mean that you're waiting on some type of funds or funding or something coming. It also can mean it's coming from the government. So if you're waiting on government money, or if you're waiting on some type of check, or if you haven't got your IRS check yet, or whatever the case may be, or it can literally just mean that you go to the mailbox one day and you say, okay, wow, that'd be really great if I could pay this bill. You open up the mailbox, and believe me, that's happened, and you can manifest that. You open up the mailbox, and there is a check for you. You've overpaid something, or something has happened. That's that's this card. So look for money coming. Okay, we're going to cut the deck one more time. Here is the card for you. Ready? Let's go. This four of clubs. Now, I think some of you that are watching may be frustrated, may be feeling like things aren't working the way you want them to, and you're not to the point where you want to give up. You're not that type of person. You're not wanting to give up. However, you get out of bed a little slower in the morning and you want to go to bed earlier in the evening. And it's very hard for you to put a smile on your face, and it's very hard for you to work, and you feel like calling in, and you feel that's what this is. Now, I'm going to tell you something very interesting. And yes, it is for those in the chat who are writing. I'm going to tell you something very interesting about this card, my friends. And this only applies when it's in a layout. Okay, so it's not now. So don't get upset. This particular card, the Four of Clubs, is called the Devil's Bedpost. Now, that's come from the 16th and 17th century readings from Marie Lenormand from France, who read cards like this, and also from the Anglo-Saxon way, in which I read in that regard as well. Now, if you take a look at this, the reason it's called the devil's bed is because look at this. It looks like a four-poster bed, right? Number 4 really isn't that great of a number. 3 is a good one. 5 is a good one. 5 is a grace card. It means that you've got grace around you. 4 is just kind of like, I'm waiting. It's delayed. It's yucky. Now, the devil's bedpost does not apply to any of you here because it's not in a really reading, but I wanted to share that with you. So if any of you are thinking about reading cards, that's a very interesting one. This can mean happiness on one side, depending upon the cards, or not so happy. But generally out just by itself like this is a frustration, a delay, not feeling so good, not happy, not so sad, but just feeling a little down in the dumps. Now, some of you may be feeling that way. But with the indication of the tarot cards that we've pulled out with the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Cups and the winning card, which is the Six of Wands, you got a good path ahead of you. Let's see what else is coming up. Now, I said I've got some names, and I was just tapped on the shoulder, and somebody's saying a name. And that name is either, it's an M name. Miriam, Mary, and sometimes they're not clear now when they come through. Miriam, Mary, not Marie. It's an sounding, so it's a Marie, Miriam, something like that. I don't know if that means anything to anyone, but that name is coming to me. And if you're watching this and you are watching it after the live broadcast, let me know if that name resonates with you, will you? And then we'll talk about why that comes through. Names come through to me sometimes. I don't know. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they do. So we've got time to talk about one more card. I really hope y'all are having a wonderful evening. And I really hope y'all will continue to come back here with me. I really enjoy this. Sometimes I'm a little timid, I'm going to admit to you, to get in front of the camera. I just am. I've not been that show person, and you know me, it's show the hands and my beautiful ring, but I've not been that person. And you know what? Tonight I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna, because my darlings, this I got a T-shirt on. Okay, this says Polaroid, and I keep it cool because I'm in an area of the U.S. that is hot and has been really hot. So I have my air conditioning really cool, and I get cold because I sit under the vent. So I've got a little sweatshirt on, got my hair up and a little chignon, whatever, blah blah. And thank you, Damika, my darling. Thank you. And but I'm getting used to it. And you know what? Y'all are helping me get used to it. I'm just breaking the ice. I'm doing it the way I'm supposed to be doing it. And before I leave, that reminds me that I want to share with you. And then we're going to pull a card and I'm going to say goodbye. Remember when you are manifesting, fear and faith do not you can't put that in the same sentence. It does not belong in the same. You can't. It's like biblical where you say you can't get clean water out of a dirty vessel. You can't have fear and faith in the same thing while you're trying to manifest. You can't be afraid that it's not going to be coming through or it won't happen. So you've got to really have that testament of faith going forward. And that's what I've done here. I'm just breaking the ice. I've procrastinated. I don't know why. I'm just I don't know. I don't know why. So and today on the Psychic Secrets channel, and let me I don't know if I can put that in the chat or not. Just give me a second. I want to put the link to that channel in the chat because if y'all haven't seen this particular video, I think it's a good one for you all to see. And that is how to get your ex back now. How to get your ex back. I'm going to put the link to the channel, well, into that video, into the chat there. If y'all want to go over there, that's on the Psychic Secrets YouTube channel. And as you know, for many of you that I've oh, thank you, Roxy. Many of you I work with Psychic Secrets, and I'm going to tell you that is the happiest psychic home that I've ever been in. And I've been in some psychic homes, psychic online homes, and this is Scooby, who's been sitting on my lap this whole time. She's been I don't know what. She's been very needy the last couple days. So if it's okay with you, I'm just going to leave her there cuz she's a mommy's girl right now. She's a little stinker girl. She may meow. So I don't want to move her cuz she's just that little pitiful mommy I need you thing. Now that I got far off of what I was talking about. Faith and fear do not belong in the same element. One of these days, I will get on here and we're going to be talking about how to manifest. And I'm going to show you guys how I manifested. And well, I have to share this. Here we go, Zelda. I have to share this. I like to manifest things. I like to just because to me, you're working your mind, and I know many of you in the chat, uh, thank you. Many of you in the chat are big manifestors. You manifest. God bless you. I just think it's a wonderful, fantastic accomplishment. And I think everyone should really recognize the laws of attraction, because we attract the bad just as much as we attract the good. We're going to talk about that in one of my live segments. But one of the reasons now that I am comfortable, because the previous lives that you've seen me in Facebook has been either on my phone or on an iPad. Both wonderful, both fantastic devices, but a struggle, because it was always hard for me to read the chats, make sure that I got all of everything. Hi there, the Netherlands. Y- Du bist de Nederlanden, right? Yes, I know. I love it. Thank you so much for being here. Bless you. Thank you so much. It was a struggle for me, but I did it anyway because I loved it, and we have a really good group. But I was manifesting. I know, walking around here, and this is a lesson for all of you, my darlings, who are wanting something, needing something, and it doesn't seem like it's coming, but it will. So I've been walking around here. You know what? I need a new computer. New to me. I need another computer. Because I have a Mac laptop, and that poor guy he's so old that he just can't handle the live stuff. His little fan just sings and sings. He heats up so quickly, I can't do it. So I would say, I need a computer. Not need. Thank you for my computer. Thank you. I know I'm getting a computer. I just know it. I just know it. I'm making room for my computer. And I would clean out my desk, and I would say, okay, now if I get a desktop, I'm going to be this and this and this. I'm going to tell you what happened. My son was blessed and was able to get, and this was out of the blue. We didn't even think about this for years, but he was able, he inherited some money from his father, who passed away 23 years ago. It was lost money, bizarre situation, and it was an insurance policy that had been given over to a particular state where my son used to live, and we didn't even know about it. One day, my son was notified through an email, "You've got this money." Well, he was able to get it. God bless him. And I know that his father left it to him, and bless you, uh, I know, is extremely thrilled. So my son, I wish I could show you a picture of my son. My son is a professional gamer, and yeah, plays video games. Yeah, that's another story, but you know what? It's fine with me. We work from home. He's an entrepreneur. He makes his own economy. He's in the other room right now streaming a game. God bless him. He got a brand new computer, and looks like you're sitting in the cockpit of an airplane. It's so beautiful, and he got this beautiful chair, and and one day he came out and he said, Mom, I got this new rig. I'm just going to give you my computer, because I had thought he was going to give it to one of his friends that needed a computer. Sissy Bear, sit down, mommy's girl. And I thought, he would, and that would have been fine with me, because it's not like I'm limping along. I could do it, whatever. But he came out and he said, "Hey, Mom, I know, Scoot, that's my Shooby Doo. That's my, oh, you going to say something, Scooby? Huh? Let me see if I can get you to say something. No? Okay. Mommy's girl. So I was doing really well. And lo and behold, he says, Mom, I'm just going to not only give you, pardon me, oh my, not only, now that I have hair in my mouth, not only am I going to give you my computer, I'm going to give you my chair too. Happy days are here again. So I am streaming right now from this new computer, the new webcam, I'm going to even show you this. I'm so happy. And the reason I'm telling you this is because if I can do it, you can too. Manifesting is no respecters of person. We have all born to be able to do this. Look at this. Look at this keyboard that I have. Lit up. Tickety boom. Is that not beautiful? Sit down, please, my darling. So believe me, if I can do it, you can do it. And that is one of the reasons that I'm going to be able to start going live a lot more. Now that took me 15 minutes to say something in 2 minutes, thank you very much for your patience. But I will be going, and Scooby is going to be getting in troubles. So you should hear her purring. No. Please. Okay, pardon me just a minute. I have to readjust this girl who now is embedded into me. Goodbye, sister. Goodbye now. All right, so that's like wearing a fur collar in the summertime. One more. Thank you. I am blessed. I just want you to know that I am blessed. And if you feel you're blessed tonight, please do me a favor and write that in the chat. I would love to hear. I know you're blessed. I know you are. You're here for a reason. And I'm going to be with you for a reason. So I'm going to start going live here on YouTube more often than not. Last card, my darlings. And then we're going to say goodnight. Here we are. Here we go. Card off the top. Oh, I've got my deck upside down. Card off the top. Thank you, Roxy. I know you are, darling. Here we are. Yes, Sarah. Good. Here we are. Oh, I love this card. Now, listen, most people think this is a negative card. And it could be, considering the circumstances. This is the Eight of Cups. Now, I want to point something out to you. You see this little fellow right here, and this is a cumulation of the moon and the sun, but it's mainly the moon. Now, you see he's got all of these cups lined up in a row, stacked up just neatly, but he's missing one. This is the Eight of Cups. Which one is he missing? He is missing the 9. So most people think, oh God, he's in a bad way. He's had to leave. Oh, no. The way that I read this card, and I'm reading it for all of you out there, all over the world, that now you have done the absolute best that you can do. And now you're leaving it up to the higher realm, God, source, creator, to now you're walking towards that 9 of Cups. What is the 9 of Cups? The 9 of Cups is the yes card. It's the manifestation card. It is the dreams come true, your heart's desire, your goals fulfilled card. So you've done everything, and this is for all of you. May you all be blessed. This is for you. You've done all you can do. And now it's time. You don't have to sit back. You ask and act as though you have received it. But you now strive to move forward. You move forward and you go towards your goal. That's what it takes. You move toward your goal. You go forward. You go towards that 9 of cups, that wish come true. That is the wonderful card. And if I can find it here really fast, I'm going to show it to you. And then all of you can take a screenshot if you want. Okay? So here we go. That was pretty easy for me to find that. Oh, and look who's back. Okay, so my goodness. All right. So, here is that 8 of cups. Now you see, not walking away, you're walking toward. What comes next? Look at this little fellow. This is the 9 of cups. You see how he's, and then pardon me for the markings here. Like I said, it's an older deck. Look at this fellow. He's sitting there. Most people say that looks like John Travolta. Isn't that a gas? If you're looking at this, John, I love you. All right, here we are. 9 of cups. This 9 of cups. Look, he's sitting there, proud and accomplished, and not a bad proud. The how he's looking is that he has accomplished this. Look how he set up all these cups, just like a little trophies behind him. That means that he's preparing now for the 10 of cups. What is the 10 of cups? Any 10 in the tarot is a completion of your journey. So now you're going from this 8, you've done all you can do. Let go, let God, but move forward and keep striving on. You're moving toward that 9 of cups. And then you'll be at the 10 where you're complete. You will have received, but nay, that it does not. Don't stop there. Yeah, that keyboard, right, my darlings? But don't stop there. Keep going, because as you're manifesting, your goals will be accomplished, but you'll be surprised at how many goals change during the course of your manifestation. Things change and it's allowed, but just remember, write it down. We're going to have that again. I want to thank you all for being here. I loved being here with you. I love you being here with me. We're going to have a lot of fun. Hey, and Halloween is coming up. Oh, girl. Oh, girl. Oh, guy. Oh, my darlings. Oh, watch. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to do some things. Now, I am manifesting a new home. And when that comes about, you'll be the first ones to go on tour with me, and I will show it to you. So thank you so very much for being here. I want to say, you all be blessed. And faith and fear. So just have faith. Thanks a lot. You guys be blessed. And Scooby and I will see you again next time. Thanks. Bye. Love you.